Hello from windy Hagerstown, so everything keeps trying to knock me over. Yeah, got a nice little peach tree right there, so made it in plenty of time, have an hour to take photos, so I thought I'd wander around campus and finding some new sites to take photos, trying to set up my camera and do some things, and yeah, pretty excited. So Cardcaptor, Sakura, got a lot of stuff. I might have to drop some stuff off, but just know I have a lot of items for her and her cosplay. You can go check it out on my Instagram. So yep, gonna finish doing that and then go online and see you in the convention. Okay, before we go in, something crazy just happened. So I'm doing photos and videos and everything, living locations, and walking and talking and all this stuff. Well, a guy comes over and he's like, you know, there's about to be like 30 students coming this way. And I was like, oh yeah, it's fine, whatever. And then he comes back around, yeah, drop something off. And then he's like, oh, here they come, it's showtime. You all know me and my social anxiety. Ugh, not fun. But you know what, overall, it looks pretty. Look at that. Plants, I like plants. But two of them were nice and they stopped and said, oh my gosh, I love your outfit, it's so cute. Who are you cosplaying as? And all this, and I was like, oh yeah, 4th Day Comic-Con over at the Arc. So and they're like, oh, check it out after class. So thanks for being nice to me, and you're welcome, 4th Day Comic-Con, for free promotion. So okay, this looks like a good spot away from people. Getting ready for day 2, not quite complete yet. You'll see that once we get to convention because I still gotta drive on over, but sorry I'm not the best at filming and recording videos and all that. I'm trying my best. I'll have story times later on in the video, but yeah, we're gonna head over to convention again. This is Daisy May. It came out great. Great suggestion. I'm gonna bookmark this place for next time. So I just pretended in some of the photos, and you'll see, maybe even in the video too, just kind of like pretending, like right now, holding onto my hat. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your turnips. It's actually kind of nice and cozy. I'm eating a snack. I'll get a Dr. Pepper inside because no coffee, that's fine. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I was freaked out for nothing, so this goes to show. Oh, my brother-in-law's texting me. BRB.
I don't have my phone.
Thank you, Miss Daisy May.
Monday morning, I know I look a little bit tired, but I wanted to film last night, but I was just like, I got home pretty reasonable hour, but I just wanted to like unpack, shower, eat food, and then afterwards I just like passed out. So yeah, my Daisy May shirt, this was the backup t-shirt I was gonna wear if I didn't feel like wearing the cosplay and stuff. But yeah, made it home safe last night, had a really fun time getting to connect with people. I think for the first like 2.5 hours I was just walking around talking to like vendors that I knew, people that I knew, and everything. So it was a good time. I'll tell some more stories here in a minute, but first I gotta show off this like mega haul is what I'm calling it. Okay, I try to lay out business cards because that seems to be easy, so hopefully I did the right ones. This was the first thing I bought at the convention because I really like this quote. And I have a story to go with this bag. I'll tell that here in a minute, but yeah. One of my friends, she made her first comic, it's in there, so try to get that to support. Oh yeah, we got some mystery bags and stuff to open, so I'm gonna show off new bag. Here's from Izzy's shop. You little chick. Again, I named him Boba because his eyes look like Boba. Uh-oh. It's from one of the Katies. I got a bot. I was so happy when I saw them. I went back to the same vendors I met last year. Got a necklace that kind of matched with the bracelet and 2 slimes. I got all the feels, which I'm gonna take to work, and then a gamer girl. So excited to try those out. Let's see what else we got. We got this. I definitely wore this on the first day because Sakura. Some more. And the Kingdom Hearts. And somebody to geek out about Kingdom Hearts with. Some more stuff. Got a scrunchie. Actually, I bought this because on the second day that turnip hats baskets was very aggravating, so some ladies gave me some tape to kind of tape it down, and they were so nice to me. I'm like, I'm gonna buy something from your shop. And I realized I never put it on, but it's always good to have a backup scrunchie, so I like it. I like the colors. Maybe I'll wear it today. Figure out what I'm wearing. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Got a book. Among Us. I'll open those here in a minute. I love this. I'm also taking this to work. Gotta make a work pile. Got my mats, which I gotta clean off my desk. This is my excuse. I just liked him and I was like, that's it. So I was debating, I'm like, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. With that little guy right there. Here's some more. Oh wait, my moonstone's still wrapped up. I gotta unwrap that. That little pain. So all of this, except for that, so this all came from one booth. This all came from the Silvadro, who I saw at Annapolis Comic Con, and we kind of like connected between, what was it, beginning of March until end of April. They were kind of like sending me pictures of things. And they brought in a bunch of items. They had like 4 of these dolls, which by the way, Kmart. I think this one, is this the one? Yep, Toys R Us. Oh. So they had like 4 other Cardcaptor Sakura things. I think one of them sold. I didn't see one of them, so I hope it went to a happy home. And some nostalgia. Look at mine. Okay. It's from Clear Card if doesn't seem familiar, but yeah. Overall, a lot more stuff, but gotta support all the artists and all the amazing folks. So let's do the unboxing first, then I'll tell stories. Okay, so there's 3 of them, but they're very, very crinkly, except for the box. Okay, we can do the box first. So the other ones I try to mute. So this is cuties, but they're little teacups. Oh, it's wrapped up. The suspense. Oh, it's a little froggy. So cute. Oh, he's the cutie. Not cute there. Oh, he's so cute though. Oh, it says it on the back. Here we go. That way I can remember which one he is. Oh, come right here. All right, up next, crinkly bag. kitty. And then, oh my gosh, this is what I was worried about. There's like a small item. I was like, no. A little watermelon. That is so adorable. Oh my gosh. I want to take it to work, but somebody's gonna take it, so look at that. Alright, and then last one. Which one's this one? Is she the main character? She's the main character. And then I actually do like the My Little Pony Netflix movie thing, and I got Izzy. I guess I do give off main character. No wait, not Izzy, this is Sunny. Izzy's the one that I wanted to cosplay originally, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to, but I got Sunny. Sunny. So I got Sunny, a cutie thing, and Hello Kitty as my mysteries. Woohoo! Yeah, there's a bunch of other like smaller things that I got that are kind of work related, because there were some toy vendors. There's the two gentlemen I see that have a bunch of toys, and when I told them, you know, my occupation, I'm a play therapist, they're like, you know, if there's toys you want, they're like, we'll give you a discount and you can just have them and use them for your cause and stuff. So a lot of those toys aren't being filmed because I will be using them in the play therapy room, but thank you to those two gentlemen and anybody else that I was like, oh, I could use this in play therapy, and they're like, yeah, go for it and stuff. So kids will have toys. They have more than enough toys, but why not add more? So yeah, so overall pretty good convention. Trying to think. Oh yes, let's start at the beginning. So when I first got there, it was like raining on and off, like driving through the mountains and stuff Saturday morning. When I got there, it looked like the rain kind of stopped for a bit, so I was like, okay, I can go film videos and stuff. So I was trying to get, I'm trying to remember HCC. I think it's like over towards the cafeteria. There's like a fountain and everything. I was trying to get there, but on the way over, I kept seeing like open spaces and stuff of just like green grass and the cherry blossom tree and all this stuff. And I was like, ooh, right here, I'm gonna film here. So I filmed there, I took a couple photos, then I went to like this other little spot because it had like, I was gonna say dividers. I don't think they're dividers, but it's like a little circle thing, and it has like a stone statue head. HCC students might know where I'm talking about. There's like a bunch of buildings and stuff, so I was like, okay, like I can put my camera here, it's not raining, so my phone's not gonna get wet, and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, so I start filming TikToks, I start taking photos, I'm feeling pretty happy about it. Well, a gentleman was walking by, and he was like, oh, that looks nice. And then he came back, I guess he was like taking out trash or something, but he came back and he's like, you know, like 30 students are gonna be walking by here in a moment. And I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. I'm like, it's Saturday. Like, they have school on Saturday? Shows you what I know. So I'm just like, no, it's fine. You might be exaggerating and stuff. No. We need to learn to listen. I need to learn to listen, because he was like, here they come. You know, have a great show and all this stuff. And I was like, what are you talking about? And sure enough, like all these students start leaving the building, and I'm standing there as Sakura Kinomoto, like bright pink, amidst all this greenery. My phone's there, I had like my prop and everything, and I'm like, oh no. Social anxiety through the roof. If there was a roof, it was going through that. And I was like, oh no. Oh. So I don't know what to do. I'm not filming or taking pictures or anything, so I'm just standing there, like, pretending to be busy. But a couple people were nice. At least 2 or 3 people were like, oh, I love your outfit, that's so cute. Like, who are you dressed up as? Like, what show are you from? Some people just kind of waved and everything. So I was like talking about the show. And even one better, and I better get paid for promotion, joking, because I was like, oh, 4th State Comic-Con, like at the Arc and everything, you know, if you have time after class, stop on by. They're like, yeah, I'll go check it out and stuff. So you're welcome. You're welcome. So, but yeah, I'm grateful that they were nice and they weren't mean or anything, so. But I think like there was still like a handful, and I was just like, nah, I'm gonna get my stuff and go. That was enough. That was enough of that. Because it's different when it's like you're in convention and like people say stuff like that, because most of the time they're dressed up, or it's like a vendor, like somebody knows you from the show and stuff. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, versus like the outside world. Students just trying to get from class, and here's this cutesy little girl in a petticoat and a dress, like, ah. So I just didn't know they had class on Saturday. I don't know. Maybe it's for like folks that work during the week and need to take Saturday classes. That would make sense. I didn't really see anybody on Sunday, but I was like, I'm not going back up there. So, speaking of Sunday, Sunday was windy. I am not a fan of the wind. I don't mind a light breeze, nice little breeze, 70-degree weather. That's all I ask. It was like windy. And of course I'm Daisy May, so I have like my basket of turnips. And my goal was I wanted to go back to where the amphitheater is, where I took like the Lloyd Forger photos. There's like the bench, it's very green, it's very, very lovely. And I was like, this gives Animal Crossing New Horizon vibes. But the wind was brutal, and I was like, I don't know if I want to walk up there. Like, what happens if everything falls? Like, the turnips kept falling off and all this stuff. I was having a hard time. So I was like, let me go into the convention, maybe ask around and see. Pray that the wind god or whoever just calms down. Just please, for 1 hour, calm down. We'll give you a frappuccino. Oh my gosh. So, but yeah, it just wasn't letting up. So, let me see. I'm trying to remember order of events. I went around, I did some shopping, I got the toys. I went back to the car to drop off my toys, and it's still windy. And I'm just like, you know, the lighting, you know, it's getting closer to noon. I'm like, I don't know what the trees are gonna look like and stuff. So I went to the front door and I talked with one of the vendors. His name is Craig, and I'm like, you know, hey, do you know a spot where I can take photos that isn't so gosh darn windy, because I have the basket and everything. He's like, unfortunately, I don't really know anything outside, like the convention area. He's like, I can tell you like inside. He's like, but there is like an alcove, so right where the panel room is, it leads outside. It's an emergency exit, so don't go outside. You have to go around the building, and there's like a little area back there that might not be as windy because of the buildings and stuff. And I was like, okay. So I thanked him, and I'm like, okay, like, I'll give it a try. Well, as I'm walking back, because I left my bags with a vendor, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, but it's fine. They said it was fine. So I left my bags with a vendor. I'm thinking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna at least do it and just see, and if it doesn't come out fine, then I could say I at least tried. So do or do not do. There is no try. Yoda was in my head all day yesterday. So I go outside. It's sunny, it's windy, whatever. I'm walking around back, and you know, I'm kind of just checking out the area. I'm like, do I want to do it against the shed? But my phone kept slipping, and I was like, I don't want it to break. So there's a picnic table. You probably saw in the video, there's like the picnic table, there's a tree, there's like a line of fir trees. I'm like, that kind of looks Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Yes, there's the building in the background, but what are you gonna do? So, I keep getting text messages. Oh my gosh. Let me see. So I'm just like, okay, we'll try this out. So I set up my phone and I start taking pictures, and the wind, it was starting to like come and go a little bit. So whenever it wasn't as windy, I was like, okay, quick, pose. I was like, Jojo, pose. Just kept posing and stuff. And then the wind would come and I'd be like, turnips, die. But then I realized, I'm like, you know what, that would actually be pretty cute if I was like trying to like hold on to my hat, my turnips, because it does get windy on the island and everything. So I was like, okay, so pose, hold on, wait, and then pose. Film the TikToks. I'm sorry if the TikToks look a little messed up for both days. I could barely hear. Something about driving through the mountains and then getting there, like my ears just will not pop at all. Like there's still this one's a bit better, but this one is just like, nah. I have to go be a therapist today, and I have to be listening. So I'm like, please pop. At some point today, just before work, please pop. So I'm sorry. I had it on low because I didn't want to disturb anyone else. So I tried my best, okay? I tried. I tried my best. So, but yeah, I managed to do that, and then it was kind of nice. I just sat outside and ate my crackers and everything. Went back inside, and then I ran into Craig again. I think after the competition, I don't know. Some point I ran into Craig again. He's like, you know, did you try it out and everything? And I was like, yeah, it actually worked. It was actually like a really great spot, and I got great videos and photos. He's like, oh, I'm so glad. Like, that's awesome. So thank you, Craig, once again, coming to my rescue for where to take videos and photos, because I am such a novice. I've been cosplaying for 5 years. I've been going to a 4-state Comic-Con for 4 years. Next year will be 5. Wow, we gotta think of something big. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah, so that went well. It's like So as I'm walking around, I met like a really nice Nobara cosplayer from Jujutsu Kaisen who had incredible makeup and all this stuff, and we took photos and everything like that. You know, had to take pictures of people's Instagrams because my Wi-Fi and service inside the Ark is like, yeah girl, good luck. So I have to like go outside, and you probably saw me like trying to get service, trying to get my DoorDash. So yeah, so I was like, okay, like that was cool. Later on, like, you know, after all the walking and the talking, I was like, headache and food, need Dr. Pepper because I don't have coffee. I'm a little bit sad. That's okay though. Dr. Pepper did the trick. So I'm walking around, you know, with all my bags, my pretzel, my Dr. Pepper, and I see the cosplayer sitting with like a group of other people, and I'm like, oh no. But I asked them, like, you know, hey, can I sit with you guys? I just need somewhere to sit and everything. And they're like, yeah, come on over, you can sit with us and all this. And I was like, oh, that's very nice. So like I sat down and then somehow managed to get wrapped into the conversation, which, if anybody knows, I'm a very introverted person. I'm very shy. Once you get to know me, Springy will testify to this, I am a handful. I will be a chatterbox and everything. So it takes a lot for me to warm up, and that's just how I've always been. So, but you know, when I'm at convention, you know, I talk about anime, I talk about shows, cosplay conventions. It's like, it's this whole niche and stuff. So, but yes, I met the Nobara cosplayer, that's Courtney. I met Jay. I met two different Katies, Missouri Katie, Jinx Katie. I met Scott. I met some other folks, and we just talked and hung out and everything. Most of them were in the craftsmanship competition, so we were kind of cheering them on when they were going to go show their cosplay to the judges before the actual competition and all this stuff. And then we went and colored, and it was a really fun time. And during that point, we were pulling up pictures from 2024, and I brought up my photos and everything, and they're like, oh yeah, we saw you last year, but we didn't get a chance to talk and all this stuff. They're like, but now we do it, and now we're like all following each other. So it was really fun to do. So I did have to tell them my age, because once I heard their ages, I was like, uh-oh, I'm so old. But thankfully they didn't like kick me out of the group. They're like, you're old, bye. So they were just like, nah, it's okay. They were just very shocked because they thought I was the same age as them, and I was like, oh no. No. I'm quite old, but yeah, I'm getting into this a little bit later, but better late than never. And cosplay is for everyone and for all ages, so yeah, I just want to say, like, you know, thank you to folks that came up, like, talked to me, got to share a bit of nostalgia and excitement, and, you know, thank you to the group of people I hung out with. Y'all are amazing and awesome, talented cosplayers. I can't wait to see what y'all do. Hopefully see some of you at 4th State Comic-Con Harrisburg, but definitely next year. And next year we're gonna get the group photos. We gotta do this. So now we move into the bag story. I wish I was brave enough because I would get a tattoo of that quote on it. So let's see. So this is from M's Garden. I really loved her artwork and stuff. So they were very nice. Let me see. So when I first went to the convention, walked down Artist Alley, I bought the bag. So I was like, I have a feeling she's gonna sell it real quick. Or they're gonna sell it, excuse me. They're gonna sell it real quick. So I was like, okay, I'm getting this bag. I don't care. I was like putting stuff in the bag too, so yay. So I got the bag, was walking around and stuff. I saw a Fire Emblem cosplayer, and I was like, oh, I love your cosplay and stuff. I only played the game for like 10 minutes, but those cosplays, like those character designs, they're impressive. Oh my gosh. So that person ended up competing, and I think winning Best in Show, something like that. She won in the craftsmanship contest. This was Saturday. So later on, when I was with the group of friends and everything, we were walking around. After the cosplay contest, we went back to that booth, M's Garden, and the cosplayer, so it's two separate people, the person selling art, I guess their name is M, and then the cosplayer, who I have their business card right here. Amazing, talented, wonderful, the whole Lady Gaga spiel. So, the cosplayer looked at me and she's like, you do YouTube, right? And I was like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel. And she's like, we saw your vlog for 4th State Comic-Con. And she's like, because of like watching your vlog and what you had to say, like we applied to be like a vendor here this year. And I was like, really? Like what? I was so shocked, so thankful, so happy and relieved because I had no idea. Like, I know people watch my vlogs. I see the views, I see the likes, I see the comments and stuff. I didn't know like they would make an impact. These are just little things I just throw together and put out in the world, and I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. Helps me remember who I was that year, what I did that year, stuff like that. But I didn't know like people were like, oh yeah, this seems like a cool convention. They're having fun. Let's go here. Like, no idea. So and that made me happy because you know, if I didn't meet that group of friends and like hung out with them like afterwards, so most of the time after the cosplay competition, I just leave, I just go. But we hung out for like basically until the end of Saturday and stuff. Like if I didn't meet them, like I would not have gone back and I would not have heard that my small vlogs were making such a big impact on people. So thank you, y'all were so wonderful, and I hope you all come back next year too, because I was eyeing that kitty cat keychain button thing, the gray one. Yeah, kind of regret not getting it, but next year we'll get it. Pretty good convention, had a lot of fun. Really excited to see what Harrisburg brings. I can't believe that's in 4 months. When they said that over the intercom, I'm like, it's like 4 months away. I'm like, oh, that's great. And then I'm like, I have 4 months to prepare. At least I'll be done with class by then. Oh, thank God. I'll be done with class. Been getting ready to edit stuff. Cosplay Tea Time will be back almost in full swing with video recordings. So, yay, go check it out. Link in description and all that good stuff. So, other than that, I'm gonna go and take off because I gotta finish cleaning up. I gotta do some laundry. I gotta drink some water because I'm thirsty and all that good stuff. And I gotta go do my readings for advanced play therapy. Woohoo. So, alright, but we hope everyone had a good time at the convention. Hopefully I'll see you here soon. Next one's tentatively Hershey Park. Follow my Instagram, I'll have updates on that. It's just gonna depend on a bunch of other stuff. But if not, definitely 4th State Comic-Con Harrisburg. We will see you there. Who knows what for? I know I wrote it down, I just can't remember, so it'll be a surprise. Yay, surprises. Woo. Alright, so we're gonna go and sign off. We hope everyone's taking care, staying safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.